Good evening everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon Sleep Let's Play. We are going to have a main session and a nap session in this video. Don't know what sleep type the main session will be, but obviously the nap is going to be slumbering. And that is also where the bonus biscuit will be. So I'm hoping still to find lots of Totodile and Igglybuff. And so it's just to get right to it. Now I've started overstacking way early in the week here, and I'm just gonna try to see if I can carry as much overstacked berry production into that sleep style discovery week. That's gonna be a huge event for me here on a free-to-play where I just made it to Cyan Beach. And so here it is. Let's see. That looks like snoozing, don't it? If this is dosing, that would be crazy. It is. Wow. That is ridiculous. Have I really been this short on dosing? That's kind of good news though, because that means I could potentially be getting another Delibird tomorrow on my primary account. So anyway, this is the free-to-play. We should be focused on the free-to-play. And dosing means a good chance of Chikorita. Now, if it's not Chikorita, I don't know if I'll catch anything here because none of my targets are dosing really. We got Primeape, Bellsprout, Krogunk, Gulpin, another Krogunk, and the Toxicroak. If the Caterpie is hungry, I will feed it. Otherwise, this whole batch is a skip. I like the new sleep styles. We need a lot of them going forward because I need to unlock as many areas as possible as soon as possible, so that I can have that area bonus just move along to the various areas as I just stick to Cyan Beach. I'm almost wondering if that is something the game developers have considered, because overall, as you will see in the next 2 to 3 months, my strategy is kind of busted and it's a little bit unfair, but alright. So we are going to collect the research on these guys and see if this Caterpie is hungry. Otherwise, we're just gonna jump right to the nap session. Gather the research. None are hungry. All right, let's move along. Got a decent nap around 2 hours. That should give us 3 to 5 encounters, something like that. Don't know if this candy matters a whole lot. Overall, I would say probably for my friend list here on the free-to-play, potentially the Bellsprout. Or maybe even the Primeape. Yeah, probably the Primeape. We're gonna go with that. Alright. Getting close to rank 26. That's pretty good. That means another biscuit. I'll take it. Ooh, yeah. I always get a little bit nervous when it does not want to go along. Okay. We need to connect to the device and have us a little nap session. I'm hoping for Totodile, Spheal, and Igglybuff. All of those are slumbering Pokemon, and they are also my top 3 targets, simply because they are slumbering Pokemon and pretty strong too in conjunction. So I can very reliably hunt those same species over and over and over again for the bonus biscuit, and yeah, I just get to catch them. So let's see. 5 encounters, that is pretty nice. There's a good chance here that at least one of these will be Totodile, in which case I'll be pretty excited. There's a Bonsly. That is the curse here at Cyan Beach. You just gotta live with it. Mime Jr. Pseudo-Wudo. It's not looking good. Another Mime Jr. And a Quaxly. Oof. None of the targets. That is weird. At this point in time, I don't know which Pokemon I should go for, because I've caught a Quaxly before, and it's actually pretty good. So I'm kind of set on the Quaxly. It's Mono Beans. It's got some speed. I think it's got some ingredients too. I don't remember exactly, but I kind of felt like I had found a Pokemon in that Quaxly that would work for a while, for the free to play even long term. Now, Mime Jr. is not it. You get very infrequently candies for it. It's power crept by the... Not even power crept, but Mr. Mime came out after Victory Bell, but it's a worse Victory Bell. You just have two choices of Victory Bell, I guess. Kind of wish they made a little bit of a balance adjustment for Mr. Mime to make it more unique and to have a little bit of an edge in something. I was very excited about Mr. Mime on my primary account, but once I got it to level 30 and used it a little bit for potatoes, it kind of just sitting in my bag because a lot of my other Pokemon are just way better. So I have to spend the bonus biscuit. So Bonsly, Sudowoodo are not it. Not a huge fan of the Mr. Mimes. So if anything, it can get some candy in the Quaxley. It's not a crit, and I've told you guys, I am super strict on this free-to-play. If it's not beneficial, I won't spend Poke Biscuits. It's not on my target list. My target list is specifically Totodile, Igglybuff, Spheal, and Chikorita. Those are the 4. If I happen to find a hungry berry specialist, I will use 1 biscuit on it, and that's it. If I am in this scenario where I have to spend the bonus, then obviously I just choose the best one, but this could have been really close to where that bonus was just completely wasted because I didn't get my encounters. I think in the future, this won't be a problem, let's say a week or 2 from now, to where my overall team is so strong that I won't have this low encounters. I would like to get to a point where Cyan Beach, I just have 8 encounters, even in my nap early on. I don't know what kind of dream, no, what am I saying? A drowsy power that would require. I need to look that up, but I don't think it's too far off. I just need to figure out the duration of the nap to make that happen and plan out ahead for it. It could mean that I need to start overstacking on like Wednesday, hop in on Mondays, and just have that as a thing. And we got a Poke Biscuit and a lot of Dream Shards. I think that was the berry one, wasn't it? It was, yeah. 10,000 berries is coming up, so that is going to be fun. Got another 100,000 Dream Shards waiting for me, which is kind of crazy. So, I think we should pop into the bag here and look at some of the Pokemon. See how we're doing. I like to do a daily type of just scrolling through because it's also a cool reference point. If you can just click on any episode and you know that they've been filmed daily, so you can kind of just figure out like, where was Nirth at day 50 on his free-to-play? Then you just click through and find episode 50, and there it is. So, for Alligator, the Totodile candy here would be nice to spend on the Feraligatr, but for now, I'm going to hold off a little bit. Inventory is not huge. I'm overstacking now anyway, so it is not going to help me at all. And the berry value difference between level 24 and level 25 is negligible. It's very small. Suicune would be nice, but I'm going to hold the candy, and none of these are going to be on my team for much longer. I've got to friendship level 10 with Totodile, so some sort of berry finding Totodile is coming up, and if it's somewhat viable, which most berry finding Totodiles are, I will evolve it to the long-term Croconaw, and then I'll continue hunting for more Totodiles, and hopefully by capture 60 or 70, that is a big number, I understand that, but hopefully by 60 or 70, I will have found a pretty busted berry finding with a lot of speed, or berry finding and helping bonus Totodile, 1 or 2 of those even, something like that. And they'll just be staples on the team here on the free-to-play alongside my Suicune. Because what I think I could potentially do is to just have Suicune, a Croconaw, and a Totodile on the same team. Even though Totodile is not crazy good, the badges kind of make me wonder, like, what does a Totodile add 2000 sleep hours look like, and maybe we can hop into the expansion and just explore that. Because let's say we have a Totodile, it has not evolved, and just know the frequency here is not accounted for, but let's say we get it to level 60 for just giggles. We have Berry Finding on it, we have Helping Speed M on it, maybe we have Helping Speed S on it, and the Adamant Nature. Just like, this is the true hopes and dreams simulator right here. 47 minutes is pretty fast. I hope that's correct. This calculator for the most part has been correct. It was only one issue with the speed down natures, but I think I fixed that. Let's say the modest. Yeah. So we put in the Adamant Nature again. Obviously this would become a Feraligatr potentially, or maybe if I find the helping bonus here just hidden, like that would be the Feraligatr. That would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? Something like this, just paint the hopes and dreams scenario right here. 30 minutes on the production. So if this is the best case scenario for Feraligatr, what does Totodile look like? It's half Feraligatr. That's not good. Well, if we do Helping Speed S, yeah, basically not a big difference. But the thing is, it is a cool thing to consider for the overall overstacking, but maybe at that point the better strategy is simply to do 2 Feraligatrs and 1 Croconaw, and then you have the Suicune, because Croconaw is actually not too far behind the Feraligatr. You can see it's a 5-minute difference. That's not a whole lot. Look at that, 35 minutes, 30 minutes. Now, that is still a huge production difference overall. The thing is, if you overstack, the strength that you're gaining from Sneaky, which is related to the frequency, is happening within that same week. And most of the time, you probably don't care too much about what's happening in that week. Obviously, more is better, but there's a cap to it. So, yeah, looking at these calcs, probably Suicune, and a Feraligatr, and then second Feraligatr, and Croconaw, plus a healer is the overall best choice. So, I hope you found this interesting. Oh yeah, hang on. That is funny. I talked a big game about these badges, huh? I forgot to mention any of it. So, a Totodile at 2,000 hours. And that's also a factor that's like big for the Croconaw, because if we look at the 500 hours, you can't see my screen. 500 hours gives a 5% boost to the Croconaw. At 2,000 hours, we get an additional 7%, so a 12% total. That goes into this one right here. So a 12% difference here makes it so that it gets closer to 32 minutes. Now you can see that the difference between Feraligatr and Croconaw is not that huge. And at that point, maybe it is more worth it to have a Croconaw for the overstacking specifically than 3 Feraligatrs, let's say. Who knows? And then we can look at the yeah, you didn't see that, didn't you? Let's see. So, 35 on the Croconaw. If you get a 12% productivity boost, then that's probably around 32 something like that. Okay, back to the game. For Totodile, it's 11% and it is 14%, so 25 in total. If we put the Totodile in the widget here, what happens? 47 minutes, and if we cut that roughly, what is that? If we do 47 and then we divide it by 0.75. No, that's not how that works. We should multiply it. There we go. We get 35. Okay. So Croconaw kind of becomes a Feraligatr, and Totodile kind of becomes a Croconaw. I'll have to chew on this one a little bit later. It's way down the line when I actually have to consider this either way. And to get the Pokemon to 2,000 hours is a chore. That's going to take like 200 days, over 6 months. Probably Feraligatr is a better choice. Okay, so the last Pokemon I wanted to talk about in this video is the Jigglypuff, because I think the Jigglypuff is going to be enough. And tomorrow, we're going to have a Jigglypuff. That means we have to pop back into the expansion again, but not the Hopes and Dreams Simulator. So I'm going to put Jigglypuff and Igglybuff in the comparison, and we can see that Jigglypuff is way faster and has a decently higher skill rate. So hopefully, to an extent, my team can be a little bit better rested than it's been so far. You can see it's pretty low. 34% is not awful, but it's not good. So we'll just have to see. I don't think I'll be investing anything more into this than leveling it up to Jigglypuff. And then I'll keep up the grind and the hunt for a proper long-term, short-term Wigglytuff, you know? So that was it for this sleep episode. You can stay tuned for more videos coming out this weekend. And particularly if you're interested in the YouTube My Mon series, there's going to be a lot of videos coming out in that. And so check out the YouTube My Mon text channel and the nirtheart Discord if you're a member over there. To get access, as always, it is $2 for lifetime access or whatever your local currency is. For me, that is Norwegian kroner. YouTube does some auto stuff there, but essentially the big thing here is if you want me to review some of your Pokemon, you can post up to 3 screenshots here. Don't post me a whole grid. It gets me anxious because it's too much to consider. So just choose for me, find 3 Pokemon, put them in there, and we'll talk about the Pokemon. Hopefully I can get through all of them this weekend. If a lot of you post, we'll just have to do it next weekend and the weekend after. But for the foreseeable future, I'll try to keep up posting one of those YouTube My Mon videos every day. So we have the primary account, we have the free-to-play account, and the YouTube My Mon. So overall, I hope that you're enjoying the content here on the channel. Another reason to consider this, $2 one time, potentially more than one time, but it's up to you. Either way, you can leave a like here on this video if you are enjoying it. That's fun too. And I'll see you around in another video. Talk to you later.